Hello and welcome to Music Hubs. Today we have our TV studio superintendent, Caroline Hemingway. Thank you for joining us. And now over to Ben.
Hello, Caroline. Can you tell us a bit about your job and what you do on a daily basis, please?
Of course I can, Ben. Thank you. So my role is a superintendent. So I'm a superintendent in Greater Manchester Police's Violence Reduction Unit. So that means working within a team of partners, and it's really special for me because it's not just a police environment. I work with a team from health, from public health, from health like the hospital. We have a doctor from the Children's Hospital in the team, Mel from the communications side, colleagues from probation. And we all join forces really to problem solve and think about how we can understand and deal with the long-term effects and prevent violence and knife crime.
And what do you enjoy most about your job? You've already sort of answered that, but can you go into a bit more detail?
I enjoy the variety. I enjoy making a difference. I enjoy being able to impact on people's daily life in a positive way. So dealing with victims of crime, making sure that we give them the best support. I've got a team of 10 officers who I've just set up who are exclusively there to deal with knife crime, and they're having some amazing results.
And now over to Nikita.
Hi, how did you become a police officer?
So that's a really good question, Nikita. So what you do is you have to fill in an online application. You have to put your personal details into a form, confirm who you are, where you live, information about your family members, because it's important that we get the right people in the police, and sometimes people aren't the right people to be police officers. So you do a short application to start with, and then if you're successful, you do an online assessment centre. So you'll be asked about your judgment, and you'll be faced with the situation, and you've got to decide how you would act in a certain situation. So like a role play, there's also an interview, and then there's a written exercise and a briefing exercise. So you've got to be happy to speak to people. You've got to be happy to make decisions and explain why you make a certain decision.
And now over to Rayhan. So my first question is, what keeps the officers motivated?
I think having good results, stopping the right people, arresting the right people, knowing that you do your best for victims. So when you've taken a crime report and you've perhaps then found the person that's stolen your possessions or been to a burglary, or just being able to make a difference, being able to make people happy again, being able to reunite them with their property, or if it's a missing child or a missing grown-up, being able to reunite them with their family. So sometimes it's the little things like that that we find someone and reunite them with the family, or we support them in their most difficult and challenging times.
Okay, so my second question is, how can we improve diversity in the police force?
So I think we need to have a better relationship with our communities. I think we need to work with our communities to understand why they don't want to join the police service. And it might be something such as they've had a bad experience years and years ago with a police officer. I also think in my current team that I've just recruited into, I've been really lucky and fortunate to recruit a really diverse team, but to have those police officers speak to young children and speak to children in a way that gives them confidence in the police, and so that you feel that not all police are bad. Police have a job to do, but I always say it's about how you speak to people. So if you have to do a stop search, treat people with respect, with dignity, explain what you're doing and why. And I think if we did that more with our communities and our minority communities and had a laugh and got engaged.
What 3 words describe you and why?
Passionate. I'm not sure sometimes. I think passionate means the same thing as the next one I'm going to say, which is quite loud. I can be quite loud, and I am quite bubbly. So I'd say passionate and loud. If I count them as one, then that's a bit of cheating. Bubbly, quite emotional, I think. And I was watching Top Gun 2 the other night on the TV, And I was crying, and I've seen it twice already, and my daughter's like, oh, Mum, you're crying again. You are the softest cop ever. But I think, again, it's back to the emotions thing. Happy things make me cry, sad things make me cry. But I'm not ashamed to be, and I've been in full uniform before, at the memorial services, laying wreaths of remembrance in November. And I've been in full uniform and I've cried. And I'm not afraid to kind of show those emotions, so I think I'm quite emotional as well.
Thank you for watching and see you next time.